And my, my grandfather moved there. He was born in Champion, so my kids are the 5th generation here in the United States. And my grandfather moved there, and he built a place out there, and the Jolgren family moved there. But there's none left over there anymore even. They're all in Pelkey Cemetery, every one.
Tell me about the background of this farm. Who
Well,
started it and how
it
did
started
it
in 1950. My father started it. He bought it in 1950, and we started milking cows. We only milked 20 cows and like that all the time. And then when I came back up here, I started milking the cows. And well, it's just got to the point where the hauling made it more. It cost more than it's worth. Well, I didn't phase out of dairy. I still have dairy cows. I still have them, but I'm just got them on called sabbatical. And someday I'll put them back. And if the kids ever want to do it, they can. They'll be here. The dairy cows will be here. And I don't want to lose a strain of cows I designed. I mean, we put brown Swiss, we put Jersey, we put Guernsey, we put Holstein in them, mixed it all up, and I made a good cow. And that's what I wanted to do.
You love dairy farming?
I did. I did, but now it's just getting too hard to do. It's getting too much. It's getting too expensive to operate in this era now.
You gave Detroit a try, didn't
Oh,
you?
yes.
Tell me about that. You did once before, but...
Well, 15 years ago I went down there. I stayed there 15 years. Started off at Chevrolet, but I didn't like working there, and it wasn't a good place to work, so I quit. And I promised I'd never work for auto company again. But the belly button got pretty close to the backbone. I had to do something, so Ford was hiring, so I went to Lincoln, and I stayed there 15 years. It was a good place to work. And I regret not staying, but I stayed 15 years, so I get a little bit of pension, but not much. But the thing is, I was just down there last week with my daughter, 3 weeks ago, and it's changed. I mean, I don't know where all these people are going and how they got so busy, but they are busy. There's more traffic than I want to see, ever in my life again. But that's the way it is nowadays.
What about working that assembly line?
Well, I think everybody should do it. It should be mandatory in a person's life to stand on the assembly line and work, because it teaches you the greatest humility there is. No matter how hard you work, no matter how fast you work, there's another one coming. It doesn't stop. And they don't care if you feel good or don't feel good. You keep working. That's all it is. That's the way it is. And it's not a bad thing to do, but it's a mindset. You gotta. It's not easy. It's first when you start on it, you gotta work hard, and after you get used to it, it's easy. You just like putting your socks on in the morning, But at first, it's not easy. But there's lots of people that did it.
Do you work some long hours?
Well, at the end, I was working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. I was on repair, so that's what I did. That's one of the reasons I didn't go back, because I didn't want to do that anymore. Well, when I was 20 years old, I was in college, and a car hit us broadside, and I broke my back in 3 places, and cracked it in 3 places, and smashed all my ribs on one side, and smashed my face up pretty good. Busted my jaws, and my nose was all busted up, and but short stint in a little body cast, and I was all right. And then I wrecked a truck once, and I took a hip out of socket, my left hip out of socket. That kind of hurt. And then the cows had kicked me several times in the face and broke my jaw and busted my nose a few times. But fingers have been broken and stuff like that. Toes are all bent and busted from cows stepping on them. But other than that, I'm fine. But then Jack took my tooth out here a while back here, and now I gotta get that patched up, I guess. But my passion of cars is an expensive item too. I love cars, and I got so many of them that it's an expensive venture also. So buy more cars, and I keep buying more cars, and I keep buying more cars. I think we're close to 200 in the cars now. And someday I might sell some of them. I have some that are worth a little bit of money, I'm told. So.
The vintage cars?
Yeah, road runners. I got 3 of them. And I have a few cars that are worth a little bit of money, they say. Well, the woman just asked me the other day, why I drive Dodge products, and I told her because I just never found a reason why not to. So I keep driving them. '66 Chrysler, Newport. I bought it, I don't know, a couple of years ago, I guess. I just changed the oil on it, but it's sat under trees. It came from West Virginia, and it sat under trees for 3 years, and it got all this mossy stuff on it. It's hard to get off, but I mean, it runs and drives wherever you want to go with it. Nothing wrong with it. It's only got 30-some thousand, 40, well, it's about 100,000 miles on it, but that doesn't matter. Then it's, it's just, I just liked it and I bought it, and I've been monkeying with it. Someday it's got very little rust, as you can see, for a '66 car that's that old. And but it's such a pleasure to drive these things because it just makes you feel good to drive them, because you're driving something that's a tank. It's huge. We measured it the other day. It was 18 feet 2 inches long. I mean, it's unbelievable to think they made stuff this big, and they made them bigger. But that's what this one is. I said, well, I'll buy an old tractor sometimes and fix it up, but generally, if I do get it, I don't sell it. I keep it. It doesn't pay to do that, but that's what I do. Same thing with cars. When I buy one, I very seldom sell it. I keep it. That's not a good way of doing business, but like that's not a good way of doing business either. I get nothing out of that thing. It just here and eats. That's what they do. And some of the people, when their cows went bye-bye, they said it was the happiest day of their life. But I haven't sold them yet. They're still here. A lot of them are still here. I don't have as big a herd as I used to have, but I have a lot of them yet. But maybe someday, the older boy claims he wants to do this. We'll see.
Otherwise, you'll stay here as long as you can?
Well, I don't see why not. My parents stayed here till they died, and I guess I can stay too. I have no reason to leave at this moment. Just short trips, no long trips. And I suppose I'll doll the place up a little bit, build a new barn, build a few new things here as we go along, and see what happens.
That is more important race.